Alright, everybody, it's a gloomy day outside. Cars are whizzing by. Perfect time to talk about Big Shiny Tunes. That's right, Big Shiny Tunes 3. If you're one of my regular viewers, you know that we're doing Big Shiny Tunes as a giant block. If I can get my hands on them, we're going to do them all. But right now, I've only got the vast majority of them. I need to get my hands on one. I need to get my hands on four. And then I need to get my hands on the few that came out after 9. So, by the time you get to see these, maybe I've gotten them, maybe I haven't, who knows how this works. Where I'm going with this, we are continuing from where I left off. The last one I recorded was Big Shiny Tunes 2. This is Big Shiny Tunes 3. Big Shiny Tunes 2, for the most part, covered 1996 and 1997 with a little smidgy showing of 1995. This one is purely 1997 and 1998. Big Shiny Tunes was a series of albums released by Much Music in participation with EMI, Music Canada. I know Universal was part of the second one. I don't know about this one. One thing I love about these is they give you all the details for all the songs from all the albums they came from, which is fantastic, really enjoyable. Let's get into the music itself, because that's what we're here for, right? The music. Now, what I like about the Big Shiny Tunes is it really is a snapshot of what was popular in Canada at the time. Now, you got to figure there are artists who released multiple songs during this time period when these albums came out, but they went with whatever the most popular one was, or the one that did probably the best on the video station at the time. Not in all cases. Sometimes they would throw something a little more left field in there. Not so much the case with this album. So, the album opens up with Smashing Pumpkins, Ava Adore. Really weird way to open this album. Opens it up kind of dark and moody, which is kind of cool, but it's one of the most dark and moody songs on the album. So, after that, we get Fastball the Way, which for me is a completely forgettable song. Even back in the day, it was forgettable. I was never into Fastball, not a fan. Then we got Foo Fighters, My Hero. This was not the first song that I really got into from the Foo Fighters, but it was up there. It took a while for me to warm up to the Foo Fighters after they first came out, but I do still really dig My Hero to this day. Then you got the Matthew Good Band, Apparitions. If I remember correctly, Matthew Good is Canadian, so it makes sense that he's obviously on here. And it's an edited version. I'm going to say they probably trimmed the song down a little bit, as it is exactly 4 minutes. So they probably made it a little more radio music or music video friendly that way. Even though they didn't need to with a lot of the other ones on here. But to be fair, there are very few songs on here that go much over the 4-minute marker. The next one specifically does Semisonic Closing Time. Okay, does anybody remember that it was Semisonic that does the song Closing Time? No, anybody that remembers it just remembers the song Closing Time. Every bar plays it at the end of the night, and for that reason and that reason alone, I hate this damn song, and I have hated this song for a very long time. I don't feel a need to listen to it. I skip it. But it is one of those ones that if you're going to DJ a bar, you probably should have. Then you got Bare Naked Ladies, 1 week. Speaking of Canadian, man, Bare Naked Ladies, right? It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Yeah. Anyways, I love the Bare Naked Ladies. Another band, I was not into them when they first came out. I am a bad Canadian that way. Bare Naked Ladies used to play here in Windsor, Ontario. I used to know people that would buy tickets, go see them, love them, blah, blah, blah. I never saw them once, man. All the times they played here. Just wasn't really my thing. Then you got Beastie Boys, 3 MCs and 1 DJ. I got no use for this one. There are Beastie Boys songs I do like. This is not one of them. I think this was a garbage track to throw on here. Then we got Rob Zombie, Dragula, the Hot Rod Herman remix. The album version is way better. I'm not a fan of this. I like the Red Groovy remix. I like the album version. This one just does nothing for me. Then we're into Third Eye Blind. How's it going to be? Oh man. Okay. I don't like his voice. I don't It's a good song. Don't get me wrong. I understand it's a good tune. I'm gonna give it some praise that it deserves, but it's not for me. He's way too whiny for me. Sloan, Money City Maniacs. Okay, this one surprised me. I totally forgot about this one. I wasn't much of a Sloan fan, but I'm actually thinking I got to go back and check out some Sloan. So, if you got some Sloan suggestions for me, drop them in the comment below. What album should I go look for Sloan? Otherwise, I'm just going to look for whatever album it is that has Money City Maniacs on it. Which I could easily look at inside the jacket. Okay. Lenny Kravitz, Fly Away. Lenny Kravitz, he's one of those guys I've always been kind of up in the air with. Part of me really enjoy, like when Lenny Kravitz is rocking out a song like Fly Away, Are You Gonna Go My Way, stuff like that. I really enjoy him. When he's doing his slower, more soul bluesy stuff, I'm not as big of a fan. All right, we follow up Lenny Kravitz, Fly Away with Placebo, Pure Morning. This is one of those ones where I both like Placebo, but I'm not really into Placebo. Like every song I've ever heard from Placebo, I can honestly say that I've enjoyed, but I've never honestly gotten into them. The music's not quite my thing. It's a little too electronic for me, just a little bit. But Pure Morning is a wonderful song. I think it's really good, and I think if you're into that style of music, it's totally a really good tune worth checking out. Garage Push It. I really do honestly enjoy Garage. Shirley Manson's voice I think is fantastic. I don't know why I've never picked up a Garage album after all these years. I really should rectify that problem. I don't like Radiohead, which follows that up. Karma Police. I have yet to find a Radiohead song I like. There is not. I do not believe that there is a Radiohead song out there that I enjoy. I've yet to find one. If you think there was a Radiohead song I might like, drop it below. But let me tell you, I don't like Creep. I don't like Paranoid Android. I don't like Karma Police. I have an issue with his voice. I really have a huge issue with his voice. Musically, I don't mind them too much, but let me know, is there something that could turn me on from Radiohead? Once again, in the comments. Goo Goo Dolls, Iris. I loved this song when it first came out, and I've loved it ever since. I don't know if it was specifically recorded for the movie City of Angels, but I know that it was the big song for that movie and had the music video that incorporated the scenes out of that movie and whatnot. I don't do a lot of romantic movies or whatnot, but Nick Cage, Meg Ryan, Nick Cage not overacting either. I mean, like True Blue, wonderful Nick Cage earlier days acting. Meg Ryan is just, I love Meg Ryan, always have. Just wonderful, wonderful woman, great actress. So this is how I know Iris so much and how I know it so well. I was a fan of the movie. I'm a fan of the Goo Goo Dolls. I really enjoy this song. As much as I usually will bitch and complain about these type of songs, it's just really sweet. It really is. Big Wreck, that song, I'm not a Big Wreck fan. Never really was much of a Big Wreck fan. And this song doesn't do anything for me. Or I should say that song doesn't do anything for me. Oh, that sucks with that. And then the album finishes off with Monster Magnet, Space Load. I've already covered this song, man. I talked about it when I covered Monster Magnet. Okay. So, actually, I know I've downplayed a lot of songs on here, but I really do think this is an enjoyable album. And if you're the type of person who likes having mix CDs, compilation CDs, stuff like that, this is one for you to have. It really is good. It really is enjoyable. Yeah, that's about it. I'm sure that, if I were to go into a bar and just throw this CD in, I could let this CD play as a retro night kind of thing, and it would just go over gangbuster to a degree. Otherwise, folks, that's it. I'm done. I got nothing else left to say on this one. Let me know what you think. What do you think of some of the songs on here? Are they good? Are they bad? Am I being too hard? Am I not being hard enough? I don't know. Let me know down below. That's what it's for. Otherwise, folks, check out the links that are down there as well. There's a like button, a subscribe button, bell for notifications. I'd really appreciate it if you hit those. Otherwise, peace, love, take care.